So it's the end of 2025 and I've watched 33 new films that released this year. That's quite a fair amount, man, and I'm like a huge movie nerd, so I want to talk about them all. Very briefly though, or else we'll be here all day. Or all night, it's like 2 in the morning when I'm recording this. So yeah, I'm gonna rank every new 2025 movie I've seen from worst to best. In my very humble opinion, of course. Don't cry if I hate on a movie you love, just let me know why you love it below. And I have a really bad flu right now, so don't hate on my voice sounding rough either. So we'll start with the worst and slowly build our way up to the very best. Number 33, Megan 2.0. The first Megan movie was so hilariously camp and effective, I actually really enjoyed it, but Megan 2.0 on the other hand didn't make me laugh a single time. They completely misunderstood what made the first one a fan favourite, and plus the sequel was way too long, dude. This was really bad. Number 32, Until Dawn. How are you gonna ruin one of the most iconic horror games of all time, bruh? This was so bad that I don't even want to talk about it. Number 31, Wolfman. Unfortunately, one of the most cookie-cutter, forgettable horror movies I've ever seen, but it is the first of many Julia Garner appearances in this video. Number 30, FNAF 2. Oh boy, this was just awful, man. At this point, we need to get Scott and Emma Tammy away from these movies, dude, because seeing them desperately claiming, but it's for the fans, over and over in response to people rightfully criticising your terrible writing, that's just embarrassing, man. And nobody makes that claim for movies that are actually good. FNAF fans deserve way better movies than these. Number 29, Woman in the Yard. To be honest, I don't really remember much of this movie, but I don't remember hating it, so it must have been okay? Number 28, Weapons. This was one of my most anticipated movies ever, and it was also the biggest disappointment ever. They really tried to hide the most paper-thin storyline of all time by shoving in 100 pointless character POVs instead. It was so mid and so overrated, dude. But hey, at least it's the second Julia Garner appearance in this video. Number 27, Jurassic World Rebirth. How the hell do you make a movie about my favourite thing ever, dinosaurs? So boring, bruh. I nearly fell asleep. Number 26, The Minecraft Movie. Bad movie, but a fun bad movie. Number 25, Captain America Brave New World. This was just a Hulk movie, bruh. Number 24, The Monkey. Unfortunately pretty forgettable and pretty underwhelming, but not the worst ever. Number 23, Wicked for Good. Well, yep, that's the second act of Wicked alright, and they fixed none of its issues. How disappointing. Number 22, Eddington. Some of the political commentary was genuinely hilarious, but the movie got a little bit too wacky for my liking. It really went off the rails, and not in a good way. Number 21, The Conjuring Last Rites. Did I cry because of my unhealthy investment in this franchise? Well, yes. Was I also disappointed because this sucked compared to The Conjuring 1 and 2? Also, yes. Number 20, Final Destination Bloodlines. I'm so glad this franchise is back, but I didn't like that this film kind of went for a more comedically over-the-top tone, rather than taking the kind of grave, unsettling route the original went for. Number 19, The Long Walk. This was really emotionally powerful, but man, that walk really do be long. I fell asleep twice. Number 18, Heart Eyes. Fun slasher movie until the final act ruins it. Number 17, Shelby Oaks. This was an incredibly effective and creepy horror movie in the first half, but then the second half fell off too hard. Number 16, Don't Peek. Man, I can't help but feel like this is going to be seen as a huge hidden gem in the horror community in the future. I love low-budget horror movies that actually work, and this was definitely one of them. It's not perfect, but it is a lot of fun, and it has obnoxious YouTuber characters too, which I love. Plus it's available for free on YouTube, so why not go check it out? Number 15, Companion. I remember loving this movie a ton when it first released, but it did release so early in the year that I can't really remember much about it, beyond loving it. Number 14, Mickey 17. Bro, why didn't I just rank it as number 17 for the bit? Anyway, this was a really fun and interesting film, but I'm the biggest superfan of the director Bong Joon-ho of all time, and sadly this wasn't even close to being as perfect as his other movies are, like Memories of Murder, Mother, The Host, Parasite. Those are some of my favourite films of all time. Number 13, Fantastic Four First Steps. This was a really visually beautiful movie with great casting and a fun story, but man, they played it way too safe, to the point that it detrimented the movie in my opinion. Also, final Julia Garner appearance in this video. She made it out of the bottom 6, let's go dude. W's in the chat for Julia Garner. Number 12, Sinners. Watching this in the cinema, no pun intended, that was such an insane experience. This movie was so hype and funky and stylish. There was so much to love here, dude. The acting, the period piece setting, the political commentary. I think it was a little tonally messy, but I still loved it. Number 11, It Ends. This was a super unsettling and intriguing, psychological, suspense, horror kind of vibe. It's the kind of movie where you're left guessing the whole time, and then it never gives you any answers. So you're left trying to figure it out for the rest of your life. And that in itself could be the answer. Whoa, that was deep, bro. Number 10, Good Boy. This movie featured the goodest boy to ever exist. Well, apart from my good boy Ollie. R.I.P. legend. But yeah, a horror movie from the POV of a dog is such a cool idea. They executed it really well, and it had me nearly crying at the end. Number 9, Warfare. I really don't recommend this movie, bruh. It was absolutely horrifying. It's one of those movies that really did not shy away from showing just how abhorrent and horrifying and brutal and unnecessary war is. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, not even Richard. Number 8, Together. This one was good, man. The body horror was so fun, it genuinely had some scary scenes, and I really love how wacky it got at the end. Definitely one of my favourite horrors of the year. Number 7, K-pop Demon Hunters.
Heels, nails, blade, mascara. Fit check from a napalm era.
Sorry. Number 6, Avatar Fire and Ash. Bro, this was visually one of the greatest things I've ever seen. It was beautiful. I was so mesmerized. But do you know what really stole the show? The Fire Lady, bruh. I want her to set me on fire so bad, it's not even funny. I'ma be rewatching for her alone. Number 5, Thunderbolts. This movie actually got me excited for the MCU again for the first time in like half a decade. Do you know how crazy that is? Massive W. Number 4, One Battle After Another. This was really the most movie of the year for me. It just felt like a movie, you know? I came out of the cinema thinking like, yeah, that was a movie. And I love a movie, so that's good. Number 3, Superman. This got me interested in DC for the first time in my entire life. And plus, it kinda helps that I predicted David Corenswet becoming Superman back in 2022, before he was even famous, so I kind of have a special connection there for sure. This was such a fun movie, man. Number 2, Bring Her Back. The psychological horror and gore in this movie was on another level, man. It was my favourite movie based on the horror alone this year. It was brutal and dark and twisted and unsettling and emotional. And Sally Hawkins as Laura in this movie, she was my favourite performance of the entire year, of any movie. If you're gonna watch just one horror movie of the year, make sure it's this one. And now, number 1, drumroll please. 28 years later, baby! 28 Days Later is like my lifelong favourite film of all time, alongside Gremlins. And I've waited 20 years for a sequel, and yeah, 28 years later was worth every second of the wait. I adored this movie, man. It was so different to the original, and that completely took me by surprise. I thought I wanted more of the original, but it turns out I didn't. This movie knew exactly what I wanted deep down even when I didn't know myself, and it delivered in every way possible. It's so perfectly balanced, the horror, the action, the emotion. I went from hyped to shocked to locked in to crying, and dude, the casting, the soundtrack, the cinematography, this was a total cinematic masterpiece, man, and I can't believe part 2 is only a few weeks away. Catch me in the cinema watching 28 Years Later The Bone Temple. I'ma be there, and I'ma be square too. So yeah, there we go, those were my rankings, dude. Like I said, I have a really bad flu and it's like 2:30 in the morning, and I freestyled all of this video. I didn't have a script or anything, I'm not doing any retakes. So yeah, I've definitely sounded like a mess, but I don't care. Let me know your favourite and your least favourite movies from 2025 in the comments below. Only movies that released in 2025 though, because that's all I spoke about in this video. And also let me know what other films that released in 2025 I should watch in the future. There's quite a few that I really need to catch up on. Mighty Supreme, Zootopia 2, Begonia, Black Phone 2, blah 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 blah. And now I'm gonna go sleep. And yeah, if anyone is actually watching this, then have a really happy new year. That's an order. Thank you for watching, I appreciate it. And now let's see if I do this again at the end of 2026.